All right, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this effect that you see here with this eye and with the hand. I apologize because I'm pretty sure you can hear my dog munching on her food in the background, but anyways. So this is the effect that we're going to be learning how to create, and I'm going to show you using this mountain. If you haven't already deleted your backgrounds, this is how you would delete it. You want to use the quick selection tool, the positive right here, and then you're going to select the part you want to delete. Usually I tell you to do it the other way, but I just want to do it this way for the mountains. It's just usually quicker. And then switch to negative, and then I can fix this up. Remember, you want to stay on the inside. Okay. So let's just say this is perfect, even though it's not. I'm going to go ahead and select and mask, and then it will show me what my selection is looking like. So when I zoom in and use the space bar as a grabby hand, I can see that this part right here definitely needs to be fixed up. And to do that inside of the select and mask option here, I'm going to use this one, the brush tool. So it's the third option down. And then either the positive or the negative will help you when you're making the selection inside of here. And so I'm going to go ahead and click here, and you can see it's bringing back the sky, and it brought back the mountain, which I didn't want it to do. So I'm going to switch to the negative and get rid of the mountain again. And then I can go across and fix it up. Everything looks pretty decent, except for right here. I don't want it to include this part or this. This comes in really good handy when you're trying to do the tree, because you can actually get in between the tree limbs, like right in here inside of the select and mask option. And then while you're here, you're going to change the smoothness to 2, the contrast to 5, and then press OK. Then unlock your background and press delete. And I forgot this part, so I could fix that really quick. It's harder to see inside of there. Hold on. So now I can switch this part and fix it up. And then I can go ahead and delete that. And I'm sure it left behind a little bit. Looks like it didn't. Okay. So once you have that, oops, sorry. Once you've got that part done, now you're ready to start the steps to make it a duotone. So the first thing you want to know is that the hand and the tree are going to be the magenta pink color. So like this. The hand and the tree are going to become pink, and then the eye and the mountains are going to be blue. So I'm going to first show you how to make it blue and then show you how to make it pink. So first thing you want to do is get your move tool from this point on, and if you have a selection, you go to select and then deselect. Then you're going to go to image mode and change it to grayscale. And you can see it turn it to black and white. There is a pop-up screen that will pop up and say like, are you sure you want to do that? Or it'll ask you some other stuff. Just select to not show again and then press OK. Then go to image mode and duotone. And remember, we're making it blue, so you want to double click into this square. And then over here to the right, you'll see CMYK. You want to change that M to 0 and the C to 100. And then press OK. The Y should be at 0 as well, and so should the K, which is the black. That should also be at 0. And then press OK. And you will have to name it. So I named mine Cyan. It just seemed easier. You want to make sure it's under monotone. and then it says custom, and then you can press OK when you're done with that. Then you're gonna go up to image mode again, and then this time you're gonna change it to CMYK color. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go up here to image, adjustments, and then levels. Or you could press Command L as in Luna or Lily. And then here you're gonna adjust the sliders to whatever you think looks best, but you wanna make sure you're able to see really good detail. And you can see that I just started out with this middle slider here, and then I worked my way over to the darks and then into the lights. And then once you're finished, you can press OK. Then you're gonna go up to the filter over here, and then go to pixelate, and then go to color halftone. In the color halftone option, what you wanna do is change the radius to 8, channel 1 to 108, channel 2 to 162, channel 3 to 90, and channel 4 to 45. You will only have to set this part up one time, and then it will be there the next time that you use it. But for the first time, you might have to set this up. So here's the numbers. Make sure it's an 8 for the radius, 108 for channel 1, 162 for channel 2, 90 for channel 3, and then 45 for channel 4. And then when you press OK, this is what it will look like. If you decide that you don't want it to look like this, like where it looks very polka dot-ish, you can just press Command Z and then go back up to filter, go to pixelate, and then go to color halftone. And you can try it at a 10, and if that looks better to you, you can save that. But I know for a fact that for me, these mountains are gonna look better at a radius of 6. So I'm gonna press OK, and you can see that it's a lot less polka dots, but more detail. Like you can see the kind of the folds of the mountain a little better here. And then once you're done with that, you'll go to File, and then select Save As. Save it on your computer, and then press Save. I'm gonna go ahead and replace it just to make sure I have the updated version, and then press OK. Now I'm going to show you how to make the pink one. So again, if you haven't already, you're gonna go up to Image Mode, and then select Grayscale, and it's gonna look like this. Then you're gonna go back up to Image Mode, and then select Duotone. And you're going to click into the blue square, and this time you're going to delete the 100 that was in the C, and then put 86 into the M, and then the Y should be at 0, the K should be at 0, and then press OK. You will have to name it, so I named this one Pink, and then press OK. Again, before you press OK, make sure that it says monotone and custom, and then press OK. After you do that, you want to go up to Image, Mode, CMYK, and then go up to Image, Adjustments, Levels. And now I can go ahead and adjust the slider here. And I can make it brighter if I want to. But I think this is good detail, and then press OK. Now I can go up to Filter, Pixelate, Color Halftone, and I think 6 is going to look better for this one as well because there's just so many details. And then again, 108, 162, 90, and 45, but I didn't have to set it up because it's already done from the other images that I did. Actually, let me try it at 8 just in case. I think I might keep the 6, but I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, and then actually I think I might keep the 8 this time. So my eye is at 8, the hand is at 8, this one's at 8, and then this one's at 6. Once you have them done, remember you only need one eye, one hand, one tree, and one mountain. However, you might want to do a couple more just because you might need them for layering purposes, or if you wanted to have like a couple different eyes, like maybe on the end of the fingers or something for your specific flyer design, or maybe a couple more trees. So I would probably do like 3 more trees just because I know that I want to make it more full with trees and mountains. So I might do like 3 more of each. And you already have them cut out, so it should be fine. It shouldn't take you too long. And then you'll go up here to File, Save As, save it on your computer. And then you'll save them. Again, you want to replace just in case to make sure you have the updated version. And then once you have these done, you're going to go into your Google Drive and upload all of your Duotone pictures and then turn them into Google Classroom. And that's it for now.